Hermosos, ¿cómo están? It's me, your girl Roxy. Happy Halloween. I wanted to talk to you today about setting boundaries. First, before we even get to setting boundaries, I wanted to show you my silver bracelet. My turquoise bracelet. And the reason I'm rocking turquoise is, first of all, porque me fascina el color. I love turquoise and I believe it pops. It just goes with anything that you're wearing, except especially with gray that I'm wearing today. It totally goes. Anyways, turquoise is one of the oldest protection amulets and was also known as a symbol of wealth in many ancient cultures, just in case you didn't know that. It's also a very healing stone with a lot of healing energies. It symbolizes strength, protection from harm, psychic sensitivity, and connection to the spirit world. Working with my mom, who has a wellness center in Riverside, and AJ Barrera, people that have a lot of good energy around them, I have learned all these things, and just like you, I learn stuff on a daily basis. And I like to wear silver. I think it goes great with any outfit that you're wearing. And it kind of matches my tank top that I'm wearing. And it's a pretty accessory, along with its healing and spiritual benefits. Anyways, setting boundaries. Think about that for a while. What does setting a boundary mean to you? What does it symbolize to you? Setting a boundary to me symbolizes drawing that line of what feels right and what doesn't feel right. How far is too far and what are you comfortable with? So a lot of times setting boundaries can be so difficult, especially when you love that person. It could be your kids. It can be your husband. Puede ser tu esposa, tu novia. It's always especially harder to set boundaries with people that you love because you love them. So you kind of fold sometimes. You know what I mean? How many times have you said you're going to break up with a guy or break up with your girlfriend and you keep going back? Because a lot of times it's hard to draw that boundary because, cuando se quiere, whether it's in a relationship type setting or whether it's a kid and a parent type setting, it's just it's a little bit more difficult. So setting a boundary is a lot of times very much necessary in order to have peace and serenity in your life. It's different and it's hard to actually go through with it and actually keep your word when it comes to that boundary. Actually saying, you know what? I'm going to stand my ground. A lot of times you have to stand your ground in order to get that respect that you want to get. Hay un dicho que dice in English, people will treat you the way you teach them how to treat you. So if somebody knows that they can abuse you in a physical, verbal way, they're going to continue to do it. If somebody knows that they've cheated on you and you forgave them once or twice, you can't be shocked and be like, oh, Dios mío, ¿qué pasó? When that person continues to do what they're doing to you. Because you haven't set that boundary. You've showed them with your action that it's okay for them to do it. And you've showed them that they can get away with it. So it's not always about relationships, though. It's about different things in life. So set a boundary. If you've been needing to set that boundary with somebody, do it. But stick to it. And let me tell you, practice will get you better at doing this because the first few times it might be difficult and you might slip on setting a boundary. But the more you do it, the more you practice this type of behavior, the better you become. I always like to talk and tell people that becoming healthier is a repetitive thing. It's kind of like going to the gym. You want to stay in shape? Guess what? You're going to have to go to the gym very often. You want to lose weight? Guess what? You're going to have to make some shifts in your eating habits. Everything that is worth it, everything that you want to become better at, it takes practice. And you have to do it on a repetitive type mode. You have to be in a repetitive type. Okay, I got to do this over again. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. I always like to say Kobe didn't become an amazing basketball player because he just got it. He practices a lot, So setting a boundary. Think about that. And this is especially for you. Yeah, exactly. You that has maybe been struggling with that. I'm not going to lie. It's very difficult to draw a boundary. But what's more difficult is actually sticking to it. But if you do stick to it, you're going to prove to yourself how amazing your life can be and how better your life can be when you set boundaries that are going to make your life even better. All right? So think about that. Think about what this whole vlog was about. And I hope this helped at least one person. I always like to say that if you've affected one person's life in a positive way on this earth, you've made a difference. So always remember that, just in case you think you're out there not making a difference and you don't feel that useful. If you've made one person change in a positive way, you fulfill your purpose.